Kamono,
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 farming and changing lives.
Kamono, Kamono,
Farming with a reason to grow Mother Zambia. Farming improving lives.
Kamono, Kamono,
With Kamono, improve with Kamono. Grow with Kamono. Improve with Kamono.
Kamono Farms Initiative is Zambia's leader in empowering bottom-of-the-pyramid farmers with necessary skills and knowledge to make their farming profitable and sustainable for everyone by starting small and growing from little. Kamono has also specialized at empowering ordinary Zambians with finances to improve their lives by providing outgrower schemes and contract farming, which has paid out over 300 families in the past 2 years. With over 7 fully functional farms which house animal and crop production. 4 offices across the country, we caught up with the man behind this life-changing innovation which has Zambians around the country singing praises of Kamono Farms initiatives.
My name is Fanuel Zulu. Apparently I only have 2 names. My father only gave me 1, plus his name. So Fanuel Zulu, Chief Executive Officer for Kamono Farm Initiatives Limited. I did my education in Lusaka, so it's born Lusaka, educated Lusaka, studied agriculture production or joined the first agricultural company that I worked for right in Lusaka. I've done my education, did it at Monali. From Monali I went to NIPA where I did business management. With business management, you know that course is wide, you can direct it where you want. And my direction then was agriculture. I worked with a company called Green and Agro Solutions. It was in sales and marketing. We went around the country getting to distribute the agrochemicals, but we were just playing one role, which is among all the inputs that a farmer needs to have, we only had pesticides. Just insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, and some foliar fertilizer. So it was only one thing that we did. So another player will have to come in with fertilizer, another player has to come in with equipment, another player has to come in to train the farmers extension service, another player has to provide transportation, another player has to do the post-harvest, the harvesting, another player again when it comes to harvest has to provide the transport to the market, another one has to buy that commodity, another one processes that commodity, and then until it reaches the table. So because of the different players that get to work in that value chain, each one of us needs to make a profit. So when we are making profits, we are not making profits after looking at the whole value chain. We are just looking at making profit, the only part that we are playing. So if my cost for me to run my operations and all I'm doing is just a herbicide, I need to get all the profits from that herbicide. So with that understanding and 2-3 years of working for that company, then now we got to look at how do we marry these chains? How can we get one player that will start from inputs, will guide the farmer through production, will buy off from that farmer, will process that, will take it until it reaches the table, and how long is this going to take us? So that is where the drawings of what Kamono is going to be, how it's going to go, what it's going to do on the market, how long it's going to take us to actualize the vision. That is where it came in. And at that time, when we were officially registering in 2015, our estimate was by 7-10 years, we would make an impact.
We traveled to where it all began for Mr. Fanuel Zulu, Rufunsa district.
Rufunsa, that's just 100 kilometers away from Lusaka district on the Grand East Road. Spent some 2 years there where it was on not motorbike, but bicycle. Yeah, where you have to do some 30 kilometers on a bicycle, muscle cramp here and there, but still get to go to where the farmers are. We'll train the farmers.
In Rufunsa, Mr. Fanuel Zulu got along with headman Richard Sinjela, who would be instrumental to the birth of an idea which brought out the name we know today. He provided farmland next to a stream Mr. Zulu took note of. This one was called Kamono.
I knew him in 2011 on Onaita Greenland. He opened up a school for the children. The Kenya farming started. Also, he was distributing to the community. As far as I knew him, He was doing fine also. Gardening, whatever it is. The encouragement which I can just give to the young man is that if he's to come back, I wish that Kamono Zulu can come back. And people are interested in him because he has done a lot in this period.
With all this being said, what's the vision, Mr. Zulu?
When we grow from little, we start with one fish, we have 5,000. When they are ready for breeding, which is just a period of 6 months, you to talk figuratively, 5,000 times 5,000, you're already at 25 million.
After servicing over 600 farmers and 12 outlets and distribution points, Fanuel's work was done and it was time to grow. All roads led to Southern Province where the rainfall was favorable and soil rich in minerals for farming activities.
The time that I was leaving Rufunza, there was a business friend of mine, or childhood friend, we were together in high school, Maxo Nkole. So we did several businesses in Lusaka together before we finally settled for agriculture. Him was coming in with marketing training and experience. I was coming in with business management. He had worked for Pama, he had worked for Zambiv, so I was coming in with that. Wallace on my end, it's the business management.
The relationship with Fanuel Zulu started way back. We were actually friends in school. Of course, I was a grade ahead of him, but we've always talked about business and what to do. We've been friends, I think, for the longest of time. I think we met in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we've been friends from there. We tried different things with business as a young man. Not to say I'm any older, but as a young man, we tried. We been to Kariba. We slept by the river shore trying to get fish. We've been anyway. We tried a lot of things. We've been building our entrepreneurship skill from way back. So as Kamono, like I said, basically business supposed to fill a need. So here we are.
So we did restaurants, we did the trading, we were going to see Avonga to buy some kapenta to sell in Lusaka, there were all those. But 2013, when I was leaving Lusaka to go to Rufunza, he was leaving Lusaka to go to Choma. And we would share notes on what is happening. I would grow a scheme this side. I'm doing it in vegetables. He was doing a grower scheme in maize seed. Give the farmers maize seed, then you have to buy the equivalent of the seed amount, and then you buy the rest of the maize. So the number of farmers, while I was growing with my 600 vegetable farmers, with him it was 600 maize farmers. So now 600 maize farmers, and each one of them is giving you 200-300 bags. The workload just became too big for him. So asked him what numbers he has, and it was good numbers. The workload that he has, it was work that was bearing him. With us here, we are using bicycles to follow the farmers. And you are saying there are cars there and you're failing to meet the farmers. Then we are crossing here, we are coming there. And we'll go around all the farmers and get to make sure that we bring them on board to get to do a lot more with them. So that's how I went to Choma. Choma, it was September when we were getting to, September 2018, when we were getting to Choma, and between September and December, within that period of time, we settled and got to make some shakewaves in a new town before they even get to know your name.
With the business established in Choma and Marcus Parkins fully functional, the hunger for further expansion was established. This led Mr. Fanuel Zulu to Kabwe with experience he gained from providing extension services to the farmers in Choma.
When I came to Kabwe, it was living in Railways Township. Then behind Railway Stadium, there's the Railways workshop. At that place, there was a youth group that was doing catfish. Yeah, they were doing catfish, then also some tomatoes, making incubators, and other agro-processing equipment. So we went to them and asked that we can partner. We want to do chidi, outgrower for chidi. We'll promote your catfish. And under our poultry, we'll do the incubation with you because you are making incubators. 2 of the incubators that we have, they're the ones that got to supply us. And then we are going to make this place a training center. At the point with them, the focus was on donor funding. So we did a lot. I think I did about 6 grant applications for them. So let's do this. When you receive the grant, then you push your hatchery for the catfish, plus the other things that you need to do. On our end, it is space that we need so that we can talk of the chidi. So one radio station that we started with was Radio Maranatha. We were there doing radio, talking about chidi. We featured on some programs. Zambia Chalo Chesu talked about the chidi. They got interested in that content. We kept on having programs. From there, farmers started now coming in where they were buying the seed. So they'll buy the seed pack containing 5,000 seeds, and then we guide them through the production. After the production, we buy that chili from them, then we take to the suppliers.
So one begs to ask the question, with the wide variety of crops Zambian farmers are producing, why chili?
Chili is a perennial crop. That's one of the things. So it's a 3 to 4 years crop. Maintain it so well, you can go to the 5th year with it. So it's a perennial crop. It's a hardy crop. Yeah, it's a hardy crop. And when it comes to nutrition, the more you feed it, the more it gives you. The less you feed it, the less it gives you. But even when it gives you less, you are still talking of 500 grams to a kg in a season. So when it is giving you that, it means that when you do 5,000 plants, you are harvesting 2,500 kgs at just where it just mere management, just seeing the crop or just using manure. But it's still 2,500 kgs at 10 quarter or 20 at 10 quarter, you are talking about 25,000. When you look at the field size, it's a field 25 by 50 meters, which is half of a lima. So when it comes to a hectare, you are talking of about 8 portions of it. So already you are talking of a crop that will give you over 100,000 quarter in a hectare. You can't talk of that story when it comes to maize. You can't talk of that story when it comes to the many other crops that we are so familiar with. And then a farmer can do their nurseries September, October. They do their transplanting in December. They are going to harvest by the time you are reaching February, March. They're going to be harvesting the moisture that is just in the soil. They can harvest up to June and still make very good monies compared to the maize and these others. So one of the councillors for Kwakakweresa, who is now our landlord, one of the farms in Brunelli, Honorable Chivoni, had our radio program, got interested, organized farmers. That was one of the first trips that we took to that same particular place. We got one taxi driver called Prince. Said, Prince, we don't know where Kakweresa is. We are just told it's along Conchi Road. So take us there. How much are you going to charge us? We don't know. The charge, and we've never been there. We don't even know the directions of it, so we are depending on you to get us there.
My name's Munga Prince. When I met Mr. Zulu, it was in 2020. I was a taxi driver. So there's a certain day I was not working. I gave my friend my car to work for me. From there, Barisa is a Zulu. But you know, there was a friend, his friend in short. I've forgotten his name. So I started booking the taxi, and then in Urucheru, the person I gave the taxi, he told me there is a client I left somewhere Paroj last evening, and then he gave me the line. I called in the morning. He said, in fact, we're waiting for you. Just come. I went Paroj, I picked him, I introduced myself. He also introduced himself, I'm Mr. Zulu. But I was scared that this person is taking me in the bush where I don't know exactly. But I knew the name, it was Kapelesa the first day we went. Wanted to meet the client. So after another sender, after I said to Kapelesa, I charged them, it was a 400. And then he said, my brother, that 400 will come back with you. I said, okay. Wala monesta, epo twala bwerera. We found there was no people. Clients were not there. We started waiting, they started coming one. This one comes, this one comes, this one comes. And then I said to myself, no, boss, I think time has gone. Let me go back. Mr. Zulu said, no, just wait for us for some minutes. And then I waited about 10-15 minutes. And then he said, no, my friend, just go. I'll find you in town. We'll know how we're going to move. Off I left them. I decided to join Mr. Fano Zulu this year, 2022. He said, Mr. Prince, I've been working with you. So, I'm thinking, we'll be using your car. You join to our company. We'll be paying for the car, we'll be paying for you. I didn't hesitate to join the company. What showed me to that is a good company because a lot of clients started coming. People were calling phones every time at radio, this Maranatha radio, and even Power FM. We had people who were going there being interviewed. So I was like, no, this company is not a small company. It will be a big company in future. My benefit now, that car was bought by Mr. Zulu. My same Corolla was bought, and I was bought a new car, which is at the farm, and that car is also hired to the same company.
After gaining momentum with promoting chili for farming for outgrower schemes on radio and through visitation of farmers, a need grew to find a farm where demonstrations could be done for the farmers to understand.
So that was a challenge. Then we remembered what we had done in Choma. Would offer extension service to Zambia Correctional Service there, the Choma Correctional there. They would buy seeds from us, so we would offer them extension service, and they would also ask them to grow some maize for us. Then we also had farmers as well doing the outgrower scheme for maize. There would be farmers that would give maize seed and say, do the production, then we'll share the harvest. So we had those farmers. Then say, literally, this is, when I ask somebody to do that for me, I give you the inputs, you do the production, then we're going to share the profits. When we document this is a contract. Yeah, this is a contract. So an agreement between two people to achieve specific objectives that need to be specified, then it's a contract. One came to my office, Mr. and Mrs. Chipopola. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Chipopola, they came to my office. No, we want to buy seed, and the time that they had requested for the seed, it was through an agent in Lusaka. That was Mr. Maxwell Masempera. Mr. Maxwell Masempera heard about us on the radio, saw it on Facebook. Then he called, we talked, spoke for a very long time. And at that point, we had not met, but I worked with Mr. Masempera for 4 months. We had not met in person. It was I send the seed, he receives, boss, I've received. The clients will get the seed from him, he will sell, send the money, and just like that. The time that we are meeting, it was after 4 months of working together. But today we have a Lusaka office, all because of the work that Mr. Masempera did. But still, even when we were doing those online meetings, it was still the same thing. This chili is not doing so well on the nursery. This chili is not doing so well. This chili is looking like this. This chili has got this. So all those complaints, then said, okay, let's just be brave enough. We do the contracts. And the ones that gave us the courage, it's the confidence of Mr. and Mrs. Popola.
We first heard about Kamono through a friend of ours, Mr. Maxwell Masempela. He shared with us what Kamono was doing, and at that point it was outsourcing based. So I picked it up and Mr. Masempela shared it with me first, and I shared with my husband.
The idea was sounded good, and the bottom line looked well, very, very enticing. Then thereafter, I had a chat with Mr. Masempela. He gave me the breakdown of how those monies were arrived at, and for sure it made a lot of sense, because he said those figures would look very, very big, very huge. The reason being, what you put in when doing the chili, I think the costs were quite minimal. So we got interested and said, okay, fine. If you want to get the seeds, you can pay. Because initially we're interested in just getting the seeds and do it. Find land and do it on our own. While in Cabo, we look for the offices, Kamono offices, in Railways Township, yeah. As for Mr. Zulu, where his office was, the way he explained everything was so convincing. And I would tell that this person knows what he is talking about. You can know if somebody's talking something that is realistic or not. So the way he was explaining, articulating issues, made a lot of sense. And we were convinced. And with no doubt, just said, I think this is speaking to us.
He took us through different crops and his experience and how, the chili is more, profitable compared to maize and the other, crops. So really, that is someone who knows what he's talking about, honestly. And I think there was also that, for us, he's a Zambian, let's run with him. It's easy to relate with a Zambian, so that's just an addition. So for us, it all just spoke,
I was called, but one of the members of staff from Kamono, it was a Wednesday, I remember vividly, yes. And then that same week, Friday, I was supposed to go out to Cabo to pick her up, yes. So I was called and they asked what my name was, if I had anything to do with Kamono, if I had a contact with Kamono. I said yes. And I was told, your money is ready. How do you want it? Do you transfer to your account or cash? So it was so, I couldn't believe it. I said, okay, no, I'll be in Cabo on Friday. So after that phone call, I called her, listen to this. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I said, no, this one till I go to the office and then the transaction takes place, and I'll say yes. That's how it happened. Then Friday came. Thursday, I drove to Cabo on Thursday because we were asked to be at the office before 8 hours. So before 8, we were at the offices, waited for the MD. Then we were called to some office. We were interviewed. Thereafter, we paid.
With the contract farming concept booming, there was need to establish farms for production. Kamono currently has over 6 farms where there is crop and animal production overseen by 100 farm employees to ensure client investments are well managed and sold to the open market for payouts. These farms include Kafula Mase 1, Kafula Mase 2, Brunelli 1, Brunelli 2, Katuba Farms, and Kabai Farms.
But the farmers kept growing, and in the growth of the farmers coming on board, we now got to land on this farm, which is owned by Kabai Farming Limited. It was dormant for quite some time. Then we spoke to them, we agreed, did a 5-year lease for 200 hectares for a start. Then from there, we extended the contract to get to 700 hectares. We agreed and even extended to a period of 10 years. This farm is way closer to Kabwe Town, just on the Great North Road, 16 kilometers from Kabwe Town. The first farm that you're going to see on your left, where it's planted, just come there.
Kabai Farm has pigs, chickens, cattle, and fish, and all these need to be fed.
We are processing our own feed, and from there we are going to have our own plant. And then on the other end, we are going to dry package the products that we are producing. And apart from that, we are now looking at the different equipments that need to come in so that you can eat our chicken, whole chicken. You can eat our chicken in pieces, like if it's quarter, you can get the chicken in those different pieces, or those we can smoke it for you, where we add value to it, package and deliver, because we have several offices opened up. And also when it comes to the fish, it's all that wide range. When you come on this farm, you will find that over 500 hectares has already been allocated to crop. And when we are getting to October, November, we are so sure that all the 500 hectares will all be taken up. We will just remain with the other farms that we are doing seasonal production. And even the ones that we are doing seasonal production, the production will not be really for contract, Even if it is a contract, it will be a rain season contract because it will be maize, soya, sunflower. That currently we are not doing contracts on them because we reserved these to be contracts that will come in future because we want these commodities for the feed that we'll need for the broilers, for the free range, which is saso, and also the feed that we need for the pigs. We also need the feed for the beef feedlot. We also need the feed for the fish. So all these, it means a lot more small-scale farmers get to come in.
We also visited Kafula Mase 1 and 2 and Mukushi farms to appreciate all the works being done in the fish, sugar beans, chilies, and potato production. The farm managers tell us more.
My name is Henry Handila. I'm the farm manager for Kafula Mase farm. Here at the farm, we have got crops and we have also fish that we manage from this farm. On our fish production here, we have got the tilapias and we also have the catfish. At the same time on this farm, we've got plants, we've got some potato field. The potatoes right now, they are 6 weeks old. In the next 2 weeks or so, we'll be putting the top dressing so that within the shortest period of time, by the next 4 months, we will be able to harvest our potatoes. And the mode of irrigation that we are using drip irrigation, where we are using one bore from the far end, where it supplies the water to the field.
My name is Daisy Katangala, the farm clerk of Kafula Mase 2. We are growing sugar beans at Kafula Mase 2, as you can see from the background. This actually proves to the people out there to say Kamono Farms is real. As you can see, us as the managers were on the ground to see to it that the crops that we promised you as our clients, that they'll be ready at a certain period of time and your money will be ready. It's actually happening because these sugar beans were advertising it like 4 months ago. And as you can see, the sugar beans is on the ground and coming out very well.
My name is Kahilu Ipanga. I'm the production manager here, or should I say farm manager at Kamono Farms Initiative here in Mukushi / Kapiri Farm. Mostly it's known as Kapiri Farm. So at this farm we grow chili, also garlic. As you can see, this is part of the chili that we are growing.
Kamono Farms Initiative has fully functional offices in Kabwe, Lusaka, Kitwe and Solwezi, which comprise of a wide range of departments which include IT, finance, commodities, customer care, and various management positions, hiring over 80 staff members to ensure your investments are well taken care of at all times. These are supported by agents dotted around the country. Clients can also join Kamono initiatives via online platforms.
So when you visit the Kamono Farms Initiative, you'll be received by our receptionist who's going to run you through, depending on what you're here for. Are you here for a contract? The customer care team will be there to guide you on how to apply for a contract, how you obtain, and all the credentials that you need to submit. We also have the outgrower department, while you are doing the farming on yourself, and the outgrower team will be there to give you updates on dates when they will visit your farm, come and take your soil analysis, and give the best expertise advice on how to grow that particular crop that you're growing. Remember, as Kamono Farms Initiative, we are your readily available market. Once the product is mature and ready, we get it from you at a predetermined price. So with Kamono, you're assured of market, and they'll be there and give you destinations on where the collection point will be done. We also have commodity supply. For individuals that would love to supply but they don't have the capacity, they can come to Kamono Farms Initiative, provided they are registered. They will get those products at a minimum fee and will later pay up later to meet their supplier's demand. Other than that, we also have a good customer relations team that will be there to answer to all your queries. For individuals that are not able to come, we live now in a digital world. So the customer relation officers, you can reach them on the customer relations line and they'll be able to guide you on how to process a document online. With the proper record keeping system, we know who's ready for a payment. Clients sometimes may actually lose their own documents after all, but we have the records for them and they can still call up to us so that we're able to pay them. Our aim as Kamono Farm Initiative is to change the agribusiness that is being practiced everywhere. And with that, we want to bring about a co-creation of employment, as well as working hand in hand with different expertise to bring about the Zambia we want to see.
With over 300 payouts since 2020, we caught up with some beneficiaries to appreciate how they have profited from investing in Kamono Farms initiatives.
My name's Rachel Mwini. I'm a beneficiary of Kamono Farms. I started investing last year. I even got one payout last December. We came with my husband to collect the money. And we are still investing. Investment is the way to go. You can never go wrong with investment. Invest with Kamono Farms. We are here to win.
I'm Regina Thierry Manashi, a resident from Lusaka. I'm here at Kamono Farms Initiative. I'm encouraging the people out there, especially women, my fellow women, and the children, whoever has got the access to whatever little money that you have. Kamono is here for you to help you to invest and become somebody in life. Women, please, I'm encouraging you to come to Kamono so that you can be beneficiaries as well. And we move together. Let's not always be puppets to our husbands. So let's make sure that we become somebody. The little money that we are given from our husbands, let's invest it in Kamono. We make a support to our husbands. They see that, okay, if my wife is able to help me, let's support each other.
Kamono Farms initiatives, having grown, has a wide range of contracts, which include sugar beets for 10 months, where you pay only 3,000 kwacha, and these are under irrigation for export and local market. And Kamono Farms initiative pays you 20,000 kwacha after 10 months. It's a one-off payment which you can renew after 10 months. For those interested in catfish, it's a one-year contract. Pay 5,000 kwacha under cage system for export and local market, and we'll pay you 30,000 kwacha after 12 months. It's a one-off payment and has renewal as well. With Kamono Farms initiatives, you can pick a payment plan. Then the contract starts when you make the final payment. The time to pay is added to the contract duration. We also offer potatoes for 10 months under contract. Pay 3,500 kwacha. It's under irrigation for export and local market, and we'll pay you 25,000 kwacha after 10 months. It's a one-off payment and renewal is after 10 months. This plus many more are what are on offer. Also, for the famous chilies, a 3-year contract where you pay 3,500 kwacha. This pays for 5,000 plants in the field, and we'll pay you 30,000 kwacha in 12 months duration. Pay 2,500 kwacha for your yearly renewal. For those interested in livestock, it's a 1.5-year contract where you pay 12,000 kwacha and will pay you back 200,000 kwacha in 18 months. These contracts and many more are innovations coming through from Kamono Farms initiative, which indeed has calculated the profitability of all these and capability to give you your profits and retain an income for further projects. Having never missed a payment and with all these happy customers, Kamono Farms initiatives is fast becoming a solution to a lot of economic challenges Zambians have been facing over the years. Kamono is helping diversify farming and improving the food basket in the country. No wonder investment in Kamono Farms initiative is something all Zambians need to do. Kamono Farms initiatives, making farming profitable for all.
Pineapple Day.